Welcome into another episode of the Michigan Recruiting Report. Today, we're going to be breaking down the 5 biggest position needs in the 2025 recruiting class. The 2024 class is almost full, so we're already looking ahead to 2025 and seeing what Michigan needs to accomplish on the recruiting trail. Before we talk about that, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, and subscribe to the Wolverine.com for just $1 for 1 month. But we're going to go ahead and start off with arguably the most important position in football, and that is the quarterback position. Look, Michigan landed Jaden Davis this cycle. He's a high-level game manager that can come in and potentially play early. But you look at the state of the quarterback room, and I say Jaden Davis may play early. I mean, if JJ McCarthy bolts, there isn't a lot to work with in the quarterback room. So Michigan needs to land another highly touted signal caller in 2025. Obviously, at the top of the wish list, you have 5-star Bryce Underwood, the #1 overall player in the country for next cycle. I mean, Underwood is as talented as you can get at the quarterback position, and he's right in Michigan's backyard. The Wolverines have the lead on the On3 recruiting prediction machine, but he is set to visit LSU. So, Underwood isn't a gimme, but Kurt Campbell, Michigan's quarterbacks coach, has done a great job of keeping in contact with other quarterback recruits like George McIntyre, top 100 prospect that just included Michigan in his top 10, and Ryan Montgomery, a 4-star quarterback out of Ohio who has visited on multiple occasions. Next on the position of need is wide receiver, and specifically a big wide receiver. Michigan has failed to land a bigger bodied guy, and they've really, really wanted one over the last couple of cycles. So they need to get one in 2025. At the top of Michigan's wish list are two guys. Quincy Porter is one. And I mean, he was one of the most impressive recruits I saw on the road in September. 6'3", 190 pounds, out of Bergen Catholic in New Jersey. He visited for the barbecue at the Big House. And man, when I saw him live, scored 4 touchdowns, really long, athletic kid that's more than just a big red zone threat. So really, really love his ability. And CJ Wiley is the other on 300 wide receiver out of Georgia. Just visited a couple of weeks ago. That marked his 3rd time on campus. And so you see he's listed here at 6'4", 188 pounds. So they want that taller, bigger receiver next cycle, and that's certainly a position of need. Next on the list is defensive line, and 2025, man, doesn't have a lot of elite level defensive linemen that Michigan is in on. They do have one commit in Bobby Kanka. They are after some other targets like Ethan Utley out of Nashville, Ensworth, same school as Michigan linebacker commit Mason Curtis. So, when you look at connections there, that should certainly help. Utley has been on campus in the past. He's a top 200 prospect across the board. A lot of SEC schools involved: Tennessee, LSU, Florida, Texas A&M. But Michigan is in the thick of things as well. So he's a top target that would fit in well as a 3-tech or a 4-eye, potentially the role left behind by Gerard Smith, who just decommitted this cycle. But Michigan also needs a nose. They're trying to make a late run at former Florida commit Micah Burrow this cycle, but they need to find one in 2025. A guy they really like early on is Kevin Otis out of Mississippi. He visited in the offseason. 6'1", 285 pounds, can easily play over 300. It'll be tough to pull him from Mississippi. LSU, Ole Miss, A&M considered some of the early favorites, but Michigan right there in 4th place on the On3 recruiting prediction machine. Next on the position of need list is linebacker. And it's not really a huge need in 2025, but I think it becomes a bigger need because of the talent, man. 2025 is deep with linebackers that are interested in Michigan. A lot of top 100 prospects high on the Wolverines early on. You have a guy like Riley Pettijohn out of McKinney, Texas, who visited for Michigan's spring game and is planning to get back soon. 6'3", 200 pounds, can play the will. He can bulk up and play the mic. He can be an edge rusher. Ranked as a top 100 recruit across the board. He is a freaky specimen. And like I said, he's already visited Michigan in the past. So, he's one that's very, very high up on the board. Another one that's really high on the board is Nathaniel Owosu Boateng out of IMG Academy, originally from the DMV area. Michigan assistant Mike Elston actually recruited his older brother. You see schools like Florida and Miami are considered the favorite since he's down at IMG. But again, he's originally a DMV kid. He's looking to make a visit to Michigan here in the near future as well. And just, a hellacious athlete, a true natural inside backer. And then Kamar Archie, man, we've talked a lot about him on this YouTube show. Top 100 prospect out of the Hun School in New Jersey, teammate of Michigan defensive line commit Owen Wafel, ranked as the number 70 overall recruit in the country by On3. He hasn't had a chance to make visits to many places, which is why you see Penn State lead on the On3 recruiting prediction machine. But Michigan's stock is going higher and higher every time I talk to Kamar Archie. So look for him to get to campus soon. And there are so many more linebackers that are really highly rated with strong interest in Michigan. So that's why I included linebacker on this list. And next, and our final position of need is cornerback. Michigan missed out on its top targets at the cornerback position this cycle. Bryce West and Aaron Scott both chose to commit to Ohio State. So Michigan needs some big talent at the corner position. They already have one commit in Chris Ewald. Michigan needs to do whatever it takes to keep him committed. He, has been the face of the class so far. He's a true speedy cover corner, but schools like Miami and Auburn and Florida State haven't backed down in this recruitment. So keeping Ewald is a priority. But even if you do keep Ewald, you want another high-level corner as well. So, the top target there is Alex Graham out of IMG Academy. He's originally from Detroit, played at Cass Tech, Michigan, the heavy leader early in the process with an 89.7% chance of landing him. But a top 100 recruit across the board. And then an interesting corner recruit coming in next week for an unofficial visit is Mark Zachary out of Ben Davis in Indianapolis. He is another high-profile guy, ranked as a top 300 prospect across the board. Notre Dame, the heavy favorite there, but Michigan starting to make some noise. So he's one to watch as well on the corner board. But those are our 5 biggest positions of need. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free.